When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Hannah sent us a message. Hey there, Ben and Kelly. I'm 23, engaged to my wonderful 24-year-old fiancé. We're planning our wedding. Yay! Now, it's very exciting, but the bills are killer, especially now more than ever with the cost of goods and services rising at significant rates. We have full-time jobs that pay above minimum wage, and we keep trying to find where we can cut corners and where we shouldn't cut corners when it comes to the wedding. We have the venue booked. We have a family friend offering a free DJ service for the evening. What do you remember most from your wedding or weddings you've been to? What did you find was maybe a waste of money at these events? How did you or people you know save money on stuff like that for the wedding? We're just starting our lives, and the idea of starting this new chapter together with a lot of debt sounds absolutely dreadful.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and hugs.
Wow. Yeah. Questions I wish I would have asked, quite honestly. I mean,
100%.
I'll tell you what I remember from my wedding, and things that we tried to save money on, especially, was having a late, having a wedding that was later, where the guests were not expecting dinner at the reception.
You didn't serve a full dinner?
I didn't serve a full dinner. No, it was appetizers and drinks, basically. So the wedding was in the evening, and so the party was late, but then we realized, and I don't know if this is helping or not. I was saying that maybe you might want to suggest having a later wedding and reception, just so
thinking people will eat first.
That didn't hhappen, and the hors d'oeuvres were literally done within like 10 minutes.
Oh gosh!
Like
they're
hangry. Food was gone.
Yeah.
Well, they went to alcohol, so things were all right. But,
okay, all right.
But yeah, I mean, I remember that from the wedding, between my wife and I, that was one of the ways we tried to save money.
Yeah, but then it ended up, are you calling that like a don't?
I would still, I don't know. And we even wrote on the invitations, and please join us for hors d'oeuvres and drinks. So
we're like, we told you.
Yeah.
We told y'all.
I know.
You should have eaten.
You should have eaten. I know.
Well, I will tell you this, like from our perspective, we had been to weddings before where like the dinner wasn't served until like 9:00 at night and people are passing around crackers at the table and they're hungry. It's like sit down dinner.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that people weren't hangry at our wedding. So we made sure everybody went through the buffet line and got their food even before we got there.
Yeah.
So that we kind of used to go, you guys go ahead and eat, and then we'll come and do all of our things, and then we'll eat. And I think it worked out okay. I will say this. I wouldn't skimp on a videographer. We watch our video literally every year.
Okay.
We love that. Pictures are fantastic. I mean, yes, you want a good photographer. You don't want to skimp on that either.
Right.
But those can be among the most expensive pieces of it, besides the venue and the food and all that stuff. So maybe you always have a lot of fun at open bar, but there's
open bar is expensive too.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, open bar is expensive.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done anything different, and we spent a ton of money 16, almost 17 years ago, and I'm sure it's even more expensive now. Well, it's a tough way to say, like, which ones do you do? I wouldn't do without anything that I had. Loved my flowers.
Okay, Kelly, you're no help.
I know. I'm not helping.
Kelly's like, yep, it's expensive. Wouldn't change it.
If you do have friends, she's got a friend offering up DJ service. That's great.
Right.
If you have some friends that are willing to, donate their talents and stuff like that, then that's wonderful. A lot of people are saying save your money and elope to Vegas.
Well, you know what? Eloping was what my father-in-law actually said Elizabeth and I should do. He was like, hey, why don't you guys go elope, come back, we'll have a party.
Yeah.
But we...
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, we didn't do that. So anyways, 502...
Julie said I made the mistake of skipping a videographer. I regret it all the time.
Yeah, there you go. 502-571-9970. Let's try to create like a must or waste of money sort of list for Hannah and her fiance, especially if you've been through this yourself. You kept your wedding on the cheap. How did you do it? All right.
Oh my gosh, Aubrey and Patrick are donating their photographer services. They're photographers.
Wow. All right.
That's generous, you guys.
There you go. 502-5. Five 571-9970. And I got to be honest, I love the fact that when we have a listener who is just asking for some advice, for some tips on how to make her wedding great, but she's on a tight budget, like, y'all show up.
Oh, yeah. We've got a ton of people chiming in. And one of the biggest themes are people saying, listen, when you're trying to cut corners, do not cut corners on a good photographer or videographer. Those are like the biggest regrets. And I'm seeing a lot of brides say that they have. Elizabeth from LJ, she's got a lot of great tips. She says, we hustled the crap out of our friends and family. My coworker's daughter did my hair for free. She's a licensed stylist. My parents had a rustic barn location. They also had a catering biz and gave us a steep discount. I bought flowers at Hobby Lobby. My bridesmaids helped me put our bouquets together. I paid $500 for my gorgeous dress that made me feel like a character out of a Jane Austen novel. My mom's high school BFF's mom made my veil for free. The only things we actually paid for were the music and the dessert, which we also made cake pops for days.
There you go. Hey, Brittany.
Ways to help save on stuff for the wedding. You can have an open bar but kind of curb your costs by finding a bartender that lets you provide your own liquor and having like a limited menu.
You know what? I did that too. I just remember we bought all of our liquor and provided it to the venue, and that cut down costs too. So yeah, good thought. We
made like a signature drink. Like each of us made a signature drink. And had my husband, I've talked to y'all before, was from England. So we had what we called a long distance lemonade, and we made like a specialty drink. So that was free all night. Basic beers and a couple of basic other liquors that people could have.
Yeah,
and so that helped curb the cost because it was still open bar. Yeah, but we controlled it some.
And you got to take home all the leftovers. So
yes, I actually gave my photographer all the extra beers.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
They don't need anything fancy. We had like Qdoba cater, so like don't look for the big ticket things. Like go to Kroger to get a wedding cake because nobody really cares. Qdoba for catering, and that's coming from someone who had a bakery before. Like the wedding cake, yeah, you want it to be pretty, but just go to Walmart or Kroger. It's really not that big of a deal.
Brittany, appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a great morning.
All right, you too. Hey, Renee.
Hey.
All right, what's your ideas?
My ideal, we were 21 and 24 when we got married, so we were around their age.
Yeah.
And my big thing is we did everything ourselves. We didn't have the money to do that. We already had a kid. We had another kid on the way. So we did everything ourselves. We just had family pitch in. Like we had crock pots. We did the food ourselves. Went to GFS and got all the jumbo cans of food. Like family members went there after the wedding, heated everything up, got the little lanterns lit. And another big thing is don't worry about the decorations. The decorations are going to be thrown away at the end of the night. Or they're going to be donated. You know, or, don't worry about that.
I have seen a lot of people trying to get rid of them on Facebook Marketplace because, like, you're right, you use them for one night, and then you have all of these like little tea lights and lanterns and all the things. And what are you going to do with all of that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and especially if you have like 20 tables and you want to decorate every table, you're not going to sit those around your house.
Yes,
that's a lot.
That is
a lot.
Yes.
Renee, those are great thoughts. Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys. Have a great morning.
All right, you too.
You too. Bye.
Hey, Corey.
Hey.
All right. What are your ideas?
Don't skimp on a videographer. Do it. Get it. You'll like Kelly said, you'll regret it later if you don't do it. Find a venue where you can bring your own alcohol, like somebody said before. A lot of venues let you, but a lot of venues don't, so do your research. Take out party favors. Don't do those. They're stupid. Nobody really wants them anyway. They're just sitting in a drawer forever. So
I had personalized cocoa packets.
I'm sure it was very cute.
I'm sure yours were fine, Kelly.
I saw it on the not.com. I'm like, we have to have that.
You know what? Those are great ideas, Corey. So did you, like, are you a a wedding planner, or are these things that you did with your wedding?
Yeah, I got married 2 years ago. I actually did not do the bring your own alcohol, but I had a family member that did, and they saved a ton of money doing that. But I cut out party favors and looking them up online, and I was like, okay, I'm already getting up to like $400 because I had a pretty large wedding.
Yeah.
So I was like, for just party favors, and like maybe it was like a koozie or something. And I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, right.
I still have
a lot of people are like, nobody needs another koozie. Leave those, leave those out.
All right, Corey.
Nobody wants my name on a koozie.
Nobody wants my name on a koozie.
I mean, that's a true statement, and I wonder how many people actually drank my cocoa packets. Did you? You don't even remember.
Yeah.
You didn't even remember. Dang it.
I mean, I was pretty drunk, Kelly, to be honest.
You were.
So
you were 1,000%.
I might have. I might not have. Hey, Shannon.
Hi.
Hi. So you've heard all these suggestions. Are there any unique ones that you could say, like, is a must-have or not when it comes to weddings?
So I'm a former wedding planner coordinator.
Oh.
So I'm just going to tell you the things that are important because they pretty much covered all the ways to save money.
Okay, good.
So the only thing that's going to matter 2 years from now are the food and the entertainment and the photographer. That's it. Nothing else matters. Nobody's going to remember your decorations. Nobody's going to remember your flowers. Nobody's going to remember. They're going to remember if you fed them, if they had a good meal in their belly. They're going to remember the entertainment. So I feel like a DJ is a splurge because I cheaped out on my DJ at my wedding before I became a coordinator. And my brother-in-law ended up taking the mic and like being the master of ceremonies.
Yeah.
And thank God he did, because that would have been the dullest wedding ever. So my DJ was boring as heck. It was like a karaoke person at a bingo hall, and I thought they could do it because they had the equipment, but they did not have the personality. So,
yes, that matters. I will say this, that we had an amazing DJ, Kenny Sodders, and he ran the entire night flawlessly. You need somebody in charge that's really great at working the crowd, played great music. I didn't have to worry about a thing. I think that you have to make sure that whoever is going to be in charge of that component, it's important because you're throwing a big party. You want people to have an amazing time at.
For sure. Shannon, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey there, Katie.
Hey.
Okay, can you add anything?
Well, for me, my situation was a little different. I got married when I was in my 30s. I was a single mom, and my husband was in his 30s, so we didn't have a ton of money, and neither of our parents were really chipping in. So we went to Florida and had a destination wedding. We had only 20 people come, and then we had a bigger reception when we got home a few months later.
Okay, so you deferred the cost to all the people attending your wedding and say, hey, spend hundreds of dollars to come see us. Right.
Exactly. Literally, it was the best thing ever. We just went online, and there was this great company that did it on the beach. It was super affordable. We could pay for it. Then, we had a dinner afterwards, but we weren't like exhausted. It was a little mini vacay for us. And then when we got home a couple months later, we had a reception where everyone was invited to. We only had cupcakes instead of a cake.
Right.
You can just do like desserts and drinks or something like that.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, Katie, those are some great suggestions. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Sarah on Facebook said, don't do an open bar. Beer and wine's fine. Silk flowers. No one's going to notice or care. Don't do save the dates. Get your invitations from Walgreens. They have tons of designs for super cheap. Always have coupon codes. Make the decorations yourself or buy them secondhand. Facebook Marketplace. Don't do party favors. Do a buffet for food. Barbecue places are great and much cheaper. Just honestly, people will just remember how much fun they had.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing. Just have an environment. It's a memory, but it's your day, but you can save some money. I think a lot of people had a lot of great suggestions. I mean, to the point where I remember when I was ordering the alcohol, I was so clueless when it came to alcohol. When I was getting married, I was like, want a red and a white. And he's like, well, okay, what kind, And I'm like, I don't know, like a Chardonnay and a white Zin. And he's like, well, that's not a red. I'm like, oh, all right. Then
Blackberry Merlot Arbor, man.
Yeah, I know. I had no clue. So you know what? These are great suggestions. If you have one and you weren't able to get through or whatever, post it up on the Facebook thread. Ben and Kelly
a great
Show.
Thing that she can go back and read and see all the suggestions and kind of, take notes. And you guys have really come out of the woodwork to give her a lot of great advice.
I love it. All right. Thank you and good luck. Congratulations, Hannah. And we can't wait to see the pictures.